Steep Rock Association is a nationally accredited land trust whose mission is to conserve ecologically and historically significant land in and around Washington, Connecticut. Founded nearly a century ago, Steep Rock has preserved 5,300 acres, helping to protect habitats for fish, plants, wildlife, wetlands, and forests. The association also undertakes extensive scientific studies to improve their understanding of the protected land's ecology. In the Steep Rock Preserve alone, the association has completed 6 investigations specific to habitat types and 18 different studies of flora and fauna. Steep Rock then applies its findings to prioritize stewardship projects that will conserve natural resources, enhance habitat, protect wildlife, and promote biodiversity. For all of these efforts and more, Aquarian is proud to select Steep Rock Association as its environmental champion in the nonprofit category. Here to accept the award is Rory Larson, Steep Rock's Conservation Science Manager.
I'm Rory Larson, Conservation Science Manager at Steep Rock Association. Steep Rock is a nationally accredited land trust whose mission is to conserve ecologically and historically significant landscapes and riparian corridors in and around Washington, Connecticut, and to enhance the community's connection to nature through outreach, education, and passive recreation. We have protected over 5,000 acres in perpetuity and continue to build collaborative partnerships on a regional scale to preserve lands of high conservation value. An integral part of what we do is stewarding the lands and waters entrusted to us for passive recreation and sustainable agriculture. But what I am most proud of is our work that enhances biological diversity and ecological integrity. We conduct targeted research on imperiled species and taxonomic groups, evaluate the condition of critical habitats to identify and address both short and long-term impairments, and then assess the effectiveness of our actions to inform future management. 2 examples of these initiatives put into practice in projects that directly conserve precious water resources are what we call the Curtis Brook Culvert Removal and SR2 Campsite Bank Stabilization, both of which were completed in the fall of 2020 and located in our Steep Rock Preserve. Curtis Brook is a tributary of the Chepaug River that contained a 33-foot long and 3.5-foot wide dysfunctional culvert where a long closed section of town road crossed the stream. Through multiple standardized assessments, it was determined that the structure would fail in a 25-year flood and that it presented a complete barrier to aquatic organism passage, essentially disconnecting the stream. With incredible partner support, Steep Rock was able to oversee the project from start to finish, from design and permitting to implementation. The culvert was removed and a series of cascading step pools were constructed in its place. As a result, fish such as native brook trout were able to access 7 times more cold water habitat critical to their survival, fluvial processes are no longer altered, and recreationists can marvel at the beauty of this pristine waterway in its natural condition. 3/4 of a mile upstream of Curtis Brook confluence with the Chepaug is Steep Rock's most popular campsite, SR2. Here the bank between the campsite and the Chepaug River was severely eroded and worsened with every storm event, impairing the water quality of the Chepaug River, as well as safe accessibility of the river from this high-use area. One lone red maple tree persisted on the bank, although its root wad was extremely undercut, and if lost, the problem would be greatly exacerbated. This restoration project entailed anchoring a 40-foot long white oak log to the bank toe, with one end wedged beneath the maple tree, installing ballast boulders and strategically backfilling the eroded area, constructing stone steps, and revegetating the site. As a result, 50 linear feet of riverbank was stabilized and 1,000 square feet restored. River access is now safe and sustainable, and the site is flood resilient, having been tested by multiple extreme weather events since the project was completed. I'd like to thank our partners, financial supporters, and contractors for making these projects possible. Specifically, the Town of Washington, Housatonic Valley Association, the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, the Environmental Professionals Organization of Connecticut, the Ellen Knowles Harcourt Foundation, Troutscapes River Restoration, and Greenwoods Land Management. As always, Steep Rock can't thank its donors, volunteers, and collaborators enough for enabling us to sustain our excellence in the conservation field. Lastly, I'd like to thank Aquarian Water Company for this award, recognizing environmental advocates across Connecticut and sharing in the stewardship of our environment.